Welcome to the Digital Growth Hack Club, where we help you elevate your business and your bottom line. Here is your host, Jenny Jones.
Hey, how you doing? Jenny Jones here, Digital Growth Hacks Club. Hey, I am super excited. I couldn't sleep. It was like Christmas Eve to me, man. I finally got an opportunity to link up with these guys over at UUKI. I got one of the founders here, Encore, seeing here from the UUKI team. He's going to share with us kind of where the direction is going. He's going to talk a little bit more about the tool, because I think people are still like, UUKI, what is that? You know, rhymes with Dookie. I don't know. So people's like, man, what is it? What kind of tool is it? But I'm going to tell you, when I first heard the name of it, I was like, I don't know. And I didn't look at the tool for a long time because I was like, right. But then I'm going to share with you some of the other things that really got me into this tool. I'm so excited for this tool. So again, I want to take some time out here and introduce them. Hey, welcome to the show, Encore. Thanks for joining me here on the show.
Thanks for having me here, Jenny. Pleasure talking to everyone who's watching. And super excited to have a chat with you.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, we've been playing this tag, man. All of these founders, I try to catch you guys are like, listen, if you wouldn't keep bothering me, I can get to this upgrade. So I finally said, hey, can you put the upgrade to the side and give me a couple of minutes of your time? So I really do appreciate that you taking the time to connect out with me. So listen, I want to get into, I want to start out with probably the most obvious question, which is the name, right? Let's talk about it. So it's UUKI, right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. So UUKI is a tool, just in case you guys don't know, I don't want to set it up for you guys. UUKI is a community building platform, SaaS-based platform that you can make your own, right? And I'm going to share some things because I have some experiences with it. But I'm going to let him kind of give a background of, let's talk about the name, and then let's talk about your vision for you guys' vision for coming up with it. So let's talk about the name first.
Yeah, sure. I'll talk about it. So basically, we were looking at an internal tool to build out our own community. We have a growing community on Facebook groups, and it started with our initial product called Wadu TV. And we were building out a community for it. Realized this is a problem faced by a lot of people. As much as we have this problem, and so started looking out how we can build it out. So build out an internal tool, showed it to a bunch of people. They liked the concept, so decided let's release it for everyone, so everyone can have the fun and grow the community. With the name, it came. I have two dogs. One is Loki, and another is Yuki, named after a manga character, and he's pretty friendly. And named this Yuki. Yeah.
So that's where that's where the name came from. You okay? All right. I mean, here's what I will say. It's very easy to remember, right? And everybody's like, you got Yuki. It's like, Yuki, what is that? What? And I remember when you guys first came out, it's like, what? And I was like, man, I don't have time for that. And I said that literally. And then I downloaded the tool. I was like, whoa, I can see what I can do here. And I started getting this vision of it. So I kind of want to, and I want to take you through, I'm going to tell you what I thought or what I'm going to use it for. And you kind of help me with and let the people know what it could be used for. But what I wanted to do, right?
Good.
You have all these platforms, right? Facebook is the most common for building groups, right? I think Circles is another one. And then I think one of the other Mighty Networks or something like that. And so I've looked at all of those, right? And I have no problems with them, right? Those companies are who they are. But your company, your platform says, hey, we want to give the freedom and the power to the owner of the community, to the creator of the community. Is that what you guys' vision was around that, or?
Yeah, sure. So we wanted, so what we realized was when you build a lot of content on Facebook groups and you build out your own community,
right,
the content doesn't really add up to your value. So what I mean by that is,
what do you mean by it doesn't add up to your value? What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is it's not crawled by Google search or other search platforms. So you don't get any inbound traffic when people are searching about a certain topic. So what we wanted to do was make the community SEO optimized. So if it can be crawled like the Google crawls any blog or any website or any forum for that matter.
I noticed you guys had some meta. I noticed you guys had some meta
Yeah.
boxes and stuff on there. So
Yeah.
you want to,
Yes,
wow, that's, I
similar-
didn't know that. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like Quora, if you say, there are a lot of intent-based searches for Quora, and it gets around 100 million views because of it. We want to build it out similar to that. So when you post something, and as it adds up over a month or even a year, you start getting visitors searching for certain topics related to that keyword that's mentioned. One was that, and we wanted to customize the entire experience. So it's built like a Facebook group plus a forum. So it can have the feature of Facebook group and have the adaptability of a forum. So I think that is where the real community sort of software would be in the future, if you can combine these two things. And with that, we need a flexibility of integration. So you can log in from other platforms. So on a Facebook group, there's a limitation of Facebook login. On our platform, we've added a login from Google, Facebook, email, as well as WordPress SSO now. So if you're a WordPress
so let's talk,
user,
let's stop there.
Yeah.
Let's stop there, because I noticed that in the setup when I was setting mine up.
Yeah.
So you're saying, and to me, it's freedom. It's like, hey, whatever you really wanted to do in your Facebook group or your Facebook platform or community, you can do it here and plus and more, right? And
yes.
And so I noticed that on the setup, it has the what is it called? One key. What is it? One login. What is it called? When you can log in.
It's called, single sign on. That's what it is. Single sign on. That's what it is. Single sign. Yeah. And so you have the Facebook, you have the Google, you have a couple of different. I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. You know, people can do that. And so your thought behind that was you wanted to have access so people, it doesn't matter where you're coming from or what platform, you still can get into this one as well. Yes, and if you already have a platform you're using, and if you already have some website or you already build out a LMS app, you can use the same login. Or if you're already using WordPress, you can use the same login. So the users don't have to log in again. That is the idea around single sign on, sorry. And basically the vision is, I think minimum viable communities are more important than minimum viable products now. That means,
yeah, tell me a little bit more about that. Is that where we're going now? Is that where we're headed?
Yeah. So what it means is, if you have a bunch of people who are behind you, working with you to build out a product, that's more important than having bits and pieces of the first version of the product. The end product might be different to what you started from, but you have a push or a support from a community that can help you grow. Else, the advertising costs for a product are very high. So it's unsustainable in the long term. That's what we realize. So if you build out your own community, be super natural and authentic with them, they can help you grow. We have built out a tool so you can have authentic conversations with your users. It started off with an interface which was similar to Facebook group. Now you can do a list view as well. We are adding chats, we are adding integrations with other platforms. So we have webhooks, APIs, which can connect your group or your community with other products. And if you post, so what you would be able to do in the coming future is from a single source, push out content both on Facebook group, Twitter, and even to UUKI. And with that, there are ways we would want you to have monetize your users as well. So you can have a Stripe integration, you can have in a Web3 integration within an NFT to monetize those users. So you won't be limited just by advertising like you would do on other platforms.
I got you. So with that being said, I noticed part of your platform, which is a part of your sustainability, is you guys have a revenue piece, a revenue share, or something like that. What is that going to tie to? Or can you give me one scenario what that would look like? Because I think you guys receive, and I don't have a problem with that, because I know I can build a lot of people on my community over time, meaning that if that's what I set out to do, it's a lot different because now these are assets. These people now become assets. And once you get people in your community, you have the ability to kind of take people on a journey wherever you would want them to go and you want the
Yeah.
people within the community to connect and create relationships from there, and you putting relationships together. And so yours has a monetization portion that you guys will see to kind of keep your sustainability, because you guys are making upgrades. And like, I go to sleep, I wake up, you added 3 more things. I'm like, what is going on? And I've never seen any development team like this. So compliments to you guys, by the way. But what is give me one scenario of what you guys envision. And if it's a trade secret or whatever, you don't have to share it. But what do you guys envision? Because I know you guys are going to have a revenue piece in there.
Yeah, it's an optional feature. What it means is if you start monetizing using our integration, we take a 5% or a 8% cut over top of it for the money you make. It is not a compulsory feature. It's an optional feature which you can take, you can use, and we only make money if you grow your revenue. With that, we'll have, unlike Facebook groups or platforms which are based on methods which monetize using ads or selling your data, we don't do that. So you own your own data. You can anyway download your data anytime you want. You can delete your own community. It's entirely up to you. We don't own the data of the users. And so we'll be pretty open about it. If you choose to use the monetization feature and it's an option, we take a 5 to 8% cut over top of it. Yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't we, I'm saying we, like, let's say I have a community, right? I started my community there. I'm going to do a walkthrough of my community and some of the things that I've done in my community.
Sure.
And I got to tell you, it's funny because when my kids were younger, we used to build these little Lego cities, right? And my kids would be like, oh, Dad, let me see what you built in yours, right? And it kind of reminds me of that, because now everybody's showing their UUKI. Let me see your UUKI community. Let me see what you built. And then people get ideas from that. And I was like, oh, and people started using emojis. I was like, man, let me use some of the emojis to kind of do some different things. And one of the rooms that I have, which is another unique feature that I love, is because I created a real estate community. That's my largest part of my business that's growing. I do marketing, but I do real estate investments. And I'm meeting with a lot of investors and real estate investors. And so I created this community, but I want my realtors who actually are licensed. See, everybody else are investors and they put money in and they're accredited investors, but my realtors are licensed. So I wanted to have a separate room for all of the licensed realtors. So I put a little emoji lock on there, and you have to ask for authorization to get into those rooms. You got to show your realtor credentials. That is something that's powerful. So it's a room within a room, within a community.
So think of us, the community as your brand, and the spaces inside as subgroups you have, or a group you can create inside a big main brand you have. You can make it private or public, and it's up to you. And based on that, you can authorize people joining a particular space. Another important feature is you can embed those in the entire community of spaces in other platforms using HTML embeds. So if you're running website,
let's back up. Whoa. That's a lot right there. I don't know if people got that. Have you shared that with any? You've been doing a lot of interviews. Have you shared that on any other interview?
Yes, I have. And
I think so you can embed the entire community
or a space, and in the future a single post. You would be able to do that with a single post also, using a small HTML tag. Or you can do is just copy it and post it in any platform that supports HTML blocks, and there you'll get your community right there.
Give me an example. I need to give me a use case, because you know what I'm doing, right? I'm building out my real estate community. So give me an example. Don't get me excited, because I won't get any sleep tonight. I'll go back and start working on it. Yeah, give me an example.
Sure. So say you're running an LMS platform, and the platform supports HTML embeds, and you're talking about a particular course, and if you want to show related posts related to that course, you can just post it inside a HTML block below that course. Or if you're running your own website, and on the website you want to showcase your community and ask people to join it, inside the website you can have the HTML tag somewhere and say that join in my community. They can see some of the posts and then go to your main
website. Man.
Yeah.
I'll never get any sleep because I'm gonna go. I got to try that out. It's funny because I keep seeing these things, and here's what I'll tell you. And I don't know if you know that, if you know what that means. You're over in India. I'm over here in the Western States. But do you know what a Pandora's box is? Have you heard this term?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Your community, your platform is like a Pandora's box. You open it up and you start finding out all these other things. And what I have on mine is I'm gonna walk people through. I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna walk them through my community. But what I created on one side is I have I do videos, and I have a real estate TV station and all that. Those are the links because I can link to the other assets that I have. Right. And I call it online digital real estate. I have different platforms and different LMSs. And so I want them to come to my learning community. So I have a link to the learning community over here, and I have a link to my TV station. And so I got a lot of different things. I don't know if I want to show all of my stuff because they could probably try to do what I'm doing, but I haven't built my community. It's still building now. So I think I may wait to show my community. I'll probably just show people what you can do. No, so you have this embed feature. So is there any other what we call in the United States, is there any other Easter eggs? We call them Easter eggs. It's like the things you're like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, so people try and find the Easter egg in the new Spider-Man movie.
Right, exactly. So is there any other before I get, because I do have a question on your tutorials and stuff like that, but I want to ask you do you have any more Easter eggs? Like, I didn't know I can do that. I think one thing I was discussing with someone else, we were on a call together. I think my friend Chris, it was either my friend Chris or my other friend. I think it was either Paula or when we were talking, and I was like, can you do this? And I think it was some kind of embed. It was an embed. I think you could embed inside the post. You could embed.
You can do that. So what you can do is if you want to embed YouTube videos, if you want to embed any or Vado videos or any third-party videos, you can do that. Right. There's a column called embeds, and you can just paste the code there, and it'll appear.
That's what it was. It was the Vado TV, because you guys are founders of Vado TV as well. I have Vado, by the way, full stack, of course. But here's what I will say, and I was challenged because everybody doesn't accept Vado, right? Every single platform doesn't accept Vado TV. So now there's you say, hey, it's our platform. Of course, you can accept our code. So I think that's good. I'm going to embed some things in there. And if I embedded it in there, would it be protected? Right? I can do it in a protective embed in there?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Wow.
It'll be protected. So you can, the use cases include, you can embed if you share a link of Twitter, it'll come as a post. If you share a link of Pinterest, it'll come as a post. If there's a YouTube video, it'll come as a YouTube video. Any platform, most of the platforms support HTML embeds, and it'll come as your own post on your community.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about. Now, here's what I'll say, and in your defense, right? As we kind of coming to a close here a little bit, I had a couple more questions for you, but one of the biggest questions, and I got this from my girl Paula. She was like, "Hey, we need to understand." I mean, she says, "I'm a novice," right? She's like, "Hey, I'm a novice." She said, "I want to build a community. I want to build a gigantic community, but what about for me? I'm a little intimidated, like because Facebook is easy. You kind of go in. Facebook says, "Hey, move this block here." Don't move outside this line, but just move this here and do that. Yours is like, oh, you want to move outside the line? Sure, you can move outside the line. You want to do this? Oh, you can move over there. And so now, what about these people that are a little bit intimidated from all the things they can do? You give them the keys to a Lamborghini. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. So are you guys going to create a learning platform environment? I know you guys have been working lots of hours to get the right tool in the right place at the right time, but have you guys slowed down a little bit? So it's like, okay, we need to start getting as users come on, they're asking some of these simple questions and stuff like that. You guys got a plan for that?
Sure. So you'll have more articles, more videos, and more sample communities, and
Right.
in various different categories. So
Mhm.
which can help you out to see what is the benchmark and move towards that. You'll have more tutorials, video and more text. I will take out some time this month to prepare that. And if any questions, you can just shoot us on the Facebook group. We can happy to help you out in real time. Also, we're most very active on the Facebook group. Also, even on our UUKI community. So both
Mhm.
of these platforms, you just can shoot out a post for us, and happy to help out. So more knowledge-based articles, more videos, more sample communities,
Mhm.
and we can help you in real time as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I know. I mean, is that going to be? Are you going to have an actual training area? Because I know you guys have a Facebook group, but then
Yeah,
you actually have I think you guys have a UUKI community too that you have, right?
yeah. So we do. Yeah, so we have we started growing a UUKI community also, and you can post any questions you have. We are building out a knowledge base there also, so you can visit that. We have tutorial articles as well as we post videos on the various new features we put out.
Okay, so that's for the techie people or the semi-techie
Yeah,
people. What about the
yeah,
people that says, "Hey, listen, I need training wheels. I need right." And I know you guys. One thing I can say, your customer service
yeah,
is excellent. But what about those people? Because most of those people
yeah,
do need. They use videos. So are you guys going to build out a
yeah.
video series on your website? I mean,
Yes,
on YouTube or something like that? You guys
yeah, we
think?
would be doing that, and we would be doing regular webinars for the users as well. So we'll be doing sort of bi-monthly webinars, and then put it in videos also. So
Okay, so let me ask you this question as we kind of close. Where do you see Yuki in 5 years? I mean, because there's people like I'm all in on Yuki, right? I'm full stack, right? I'm building at least 3 communities that I can think of that I'm gonna build with Yuki because the power is there. I mean, like never before. The power is there for me to build that. So if I'm building 3 communities, and like they say here in the States, and like they say in Vegas, like my parents say in Vegas, I'm out there. When they say I'm all in, right? Texas Hold'em, I'm all in with Yuki with 3 communities. Where will I be in 5 years? What will Yuki be in 5 years? If I put all my chips in the basket,
sure.
and let's say I got 1 million people in each community, right? I'm thinking big, right? What do I do with 3 million people if Yuki says, we're tired of doing this, let's go back to Vado TV and let's build Vado TV out to compete with head on with YouTube, right? So what am I going to do, right? What do I do? What are you guys going to be?
Sure. So our vision for the product is your own community for Web3. So as the world is transitioning from Web2 to Web3, we want to build a modern community solution which is entirely customizable according to your need and give you tools to monetize your user base. The entire tools we build out are for creators. We've worked on the infra side with Vadu, which is around video, audio, and all these things. This is
Right.
a platform to build out your user base and monetize your audience. So in the next decade of our work would be around helping creators to help them grow their reach.
Okay, so a lot of that is going. So let me ask you this: you think with that in turn, you guys building out the community, is it going to? I'm sure you guys are going to incorporate Vado TV in there as well. And is Vado TV going to grow as a result of integrating Vado TV in closely with Yuki? Is that the vision of it? So now Vado TV grows, but Yuki grows as well. Is that what you're saying, or is
Yeah,
that what you're
so
thinking?
it's both the products are linked as well, and you can integrate both UUKI and Valu TV using embed codes, and you'll find more integration for podcasting as well. And with that, uh, what we, as I mentioned earlier, we're building out creator tools for both creating the infra layer as well as to managing your audience.
Wow. Okay, so in the next decade or so, I'm safe. Am I good? I mean, you guys good? I mean,
Yeah,
you guys good at MRR coming? I mean, you guys are
yeah,
okay. All
yeah.
right.
So we're working on recurring customers, and we're working on. So our idea is to get as many communities built on possible. I think the second part, the monetization will start kicking in both for UK. It's already there for Badu.
Right. Okay. Well, no, that's good news to hear. So those of you out there who are on the fence about Yuki, maybe because of the name, I don't know. I like it. And when I first heard it, I was like, huh, but it's grown on me. And now it's a noun now. It's, hey, do you have a Yuki community? Do you have a Yuki community? And there are some other players out there, right? But Yuki to me has given me the most power in a short amount of time. And what I mean by that is you said it's a community that allows your assets or allows your brand to grow in a lot of different directions. Like if I'm on Facebook, I got to stay within their parameters. I got to stay within, everything has to be ads, right? The only way they'll show, they don't even, I'll have a business page. They won't show any of my stuff on my personal page. That's where I have most of my friends at, but they can't see my stuff unless they're on my business page. But then they're not even really feeding my business page. So to me, it almost feels like, and I don't know this for sure, but it almost feels like they won't show my stuff unless I'm running an ad. Is that
Yes.
you looked at me like,
So
is that what you get too, or what?
no, so I'm saying, so we're not controlled by the algorithm with our community. So in the reach of the post is controlled by the algorithm of Facebook, and they have to show a lot of things that are being done on the platform, as well as they send you a notification. So your users are not there, sort of focused all the time on your own content. They can't be taken away by a competitor or some other notification around some personal post they get. In this community, the focus is your content, and it's entirely dependent on you how you want to showcase the content. So the algorithm doesn't reduce your reach. So even after 10 to 100,000 community members, there'll be, if a post does well, it'll do well. There won't be any competition with the other community members.
Right. It's just you just focus on you. Okay. So man, I love that. So I think you guys added, maybe later you came back and added a notification feature. Is that something you guys did, or you guys going to do? Or
yes.
So tell me how that works.
So
I heard about it. Just tell me how that works. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the users who subscribe to the notification, they get a notification for the post on the community. And if they interact with one particular post, any interaction on that particular post, they'll get a notification. So it's a starting point similar to what Facebook does.
Right.
Yeah. So for notifications.
Yeah.
So it happens on.
Go ahead. So how am I going to get that notification? It comes through via text. It comes through via. I mean, that can get overwhelming, though, right? For some people.
Yeah. So there are two ways you get notification: if you subscribe to the browser or you subscribe over email. So you can send notifications over email, and you can send notifications over browser. So it's a similar notification you get when you use a mobile app.
Oh, okay. So but you guys don't have a mobile app, and I don't think you guys had any intentions on doing a mobile app, right?
So we have a PW as of now, and it works similar to a mobile app. So you can install it, and it has an icon on your phone, and you can use UUKI Community with that. We are
now. What is this again? I'm sorry, I missed that. You have a what? What is it called?
It's called a PWA, and it's a
PWA. Okay, I've heard of PWA. Yeah. So that's when
it
almost puts an icon on your desktop or on your phone desktop. You guys have that right now?
Yes, we do.
That's another Easter egg, man. I didn't even know that. Man, you need to get these videos out, man. I'm so busy building my community. I didn't even know you guys had a PWA. Okay. Yeah. All right. I know what a PWA is. Okay.
So we do have it, and using that, it will work similar to an app, and it's you can add to your home screen and use your community with that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's almost getting to a point where I don't know that there's a lot I can't do with this community. And I mean, as we kind of bring this to a close, and I don't want you to give away any trade secrets or anything like that, but do you guys got something like a stealth, like, hey, when we do this, it's going to change the game? Because you have to admit, there's a lot of players out there trying to, everybody's trying to carve out their niche of Facebook competition, if you will, because they're the 50 million pound gorilla, right? They're the largest, but a lot of people are trying to carve out these little area. And you guys, your niche is, hey, it's your world, it's your community, it's your space. Create whatever you want to create, monetize your brand. Oh, by the way, you can cut us in on some of that too. If you continue to cut us in, we'll continue to grow and do other things and become even larger. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, just to give you a preview of what's coming up, you could do a lot of Web3 integrations. So connect your wallets, which are into crypto, get your NFTs. You should be able to post them in your feed as well. So this is some early insight of what's coming up in the coming months.
NFTs and stuff. And
yeah.
So how's privacy work then? Are we good? I mean, are your servers all in India, or do you have any throughout the United States, or any in Asia, or any what's going on with that as we close?
So we run on AWS, and servers across the world for that. With that, the NFT portion of it will be hosted in the region you're in, and it'll be integration with third parties.
Oh, so you basically saying, you say, hey, if AWS goes down, then 80% of the world will be down. Yes, a lot of people will be down. Okay, well, now that's good. So in security and all that is good. I mean, you start getting the wallets and crypto and all that, right?
So it'll be, say, all the secure wallets like MetaMask and all. So we won't be hosting your crypto. So it'll be integration, will allow you integration with Coinbase, MetaMask, and all these products, which are already known crypto wallets across the world. With minting NFTs, we'll I will give you an insight. We'll give you a preview as we launch that.
Okay, all right. So I do want to give a shout out to Anil. Now, Anil, is he a co-founder? Or
Anil is the co-founder. He's the co-founder and CTO of UUKI and Vadu.
Okay, I want to give him a shout out, right? Because, man, I think it was 12:30, at least 1 o'clock our time here, and I think it's a 12-hour difference. It was 12:30, and I was working on something. I says, hey, no, hey, listen, I need to be able to have this. I think people need to have this kind of privacy built in. And he says, so where do you want it? I says, well, it would be nice if it was here, because I think people need to know that their information is protected. They need to know what the privacy looks like. He says, well, we already have it here. I said, yeah, but if a person's going to log in here, he says, all right. So then I went to working on something else in my other monitor. Then he pops up. He says, all right, I added. I was like, wait, what? He says, I added it already. I was like, you added it already? He's like, yeah, I added it already. So I want to give him a shout out, man. You guys are an awesome team over there. I have UUKI full stack. I have Vado TV full stack, and you guys are awesome. I think you guys are doing a very, very good job over there. I'm going to do a walkthrough of my community. I don't know. I may build another one just to see. So listen, I really do appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to share with the people you guys need to get this tool. I'm highly recommending this tool. It's a very good tool. You want to build out a community. And now the community these people become your assets, right? And now this is what they have. What I love about it is you can make the community private, or you can make it so anybody can join it. And mine is by invitation only, because I really kind of want to control. I don't want a whole lot of riffraff in there. I know what the best thing about it is. It's almost like being Mark Zuckerberg, right? Because if there's people in there, I get a lot of complaints, I can just remove them from the room, right? And that's in our policy statements. Is, hey, you come in here causing ruckus, and there's some people that want to come in and try to bully people around or whatever. You're saying to yourself, man, I wish I was Mark Zuckerberg. I could just remove them. Well, now you are Mark Zuckerberg, and you can remove people that are not. You say, this is not what I want for my community. I don't want my community to be negative. I don't want it to be, people bullying anybody or anything like that. And you just remove them. Boom, you're out of here. And so I wrote that in my policy, and I want everybody to see the policy. And Anil set that up. He says, man, they can see it now. And one other thing he told me, says, you can put the link inside to start here. Man, it's awesome. You can make right now, if you could think about it, if you can think of it, It's like, I wish I had this in Facebook. I wish I had this in Circles. I wish I had this. You can create it with this tool. I'm telling you, guys, get this tool. I am, if available, there's probably going to be a link in this description. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe next week, right? Maybe the week after that. I want to support them. So if there's an affiliate link here to help continue them to grow, you're going to see that here, so you can get this community and build out your own, create your own world. I appreciate that. Anything else you got for us, sir? Anything else? Any other Easter eggs?
I think it's better you discover yourself. I think I've given enough Easter eggs, and I'll be sharing more tutorials, more videos, and we'll be hosting more webinars for you to learn more about the product and how to make best use of the product to build out a great community for yourself. If you can think of a use case, so we built it out because of what was lacking in Facebook group and what was lacking in other community tools. So you will see a lot of features not there in other community tools. With that, we're super flexible. You own the data, and we're super fast in development. With that, I think in the next couple of months, you'll have a great tool to grow your reach as well as to monetize your users. And with all the interesting stuff coming up, I think it is exciting times ahead.
Hey, I appreciate that. I want to correct you on one thing. You guys are not super fast. You're ultra fast in your development. There's been other tools that came out around the same time as you guys. You guys are running laps around them. And we had a running joke with some of the other friends that I have. Says, man, do they sleep? Right. And because you guys are just always putting out stuff, and it's really, really good stuff. So I think when you're open like that, and I appreciate that, when you guys are open to feedback and looking at where it can develop, it almost makes it as though you're creating a perfect tool. Because if you're taking insight and information, everybody's like, oh, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. Right. And what I like about it is if I make a recommendation, I'll add, hey, this is the reason why this would probably work. And if you guys said, nah, we can't really do that because we're going to do that. You guys haven't done that. But if you say that, then I would respect it, because you guys are going to know, and you know where you're going with the tool. So you got NFTs, you got crypto. Oh man, this is hot. You guys get ready, get this tool. It should be a link below. If it's available, if one's available, you're going to see a link below to get this tool, check into it further. I'm going to probably come back and try to share a little bit of my community, or maybe I'm just going to do a walkthrough and show you how to actually build out a community. I think I probably will do that. That'll be a little bit better. So you guys take care. That's all I have for you. This is the Digital Growth Hacks Club. That's what we do, is we try to find you ways to grow your bottom line. If you get this community, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I have never seen anything like this. This is a unicorn tool, people. You need to get this. All right. You guys take care. To Jenny, till next time, you guys take care. Goodbye for
now. Thanks for hosting me. Thanks, Jenny.
All right.
Thanks to awesome community members. Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Bye for now.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us here on the Digital Growth Hack Club, where we help you elevate your business and your bottom line. Please do not forget to subscribe and share. And until next time, goodbye for now.